From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Morning Edition.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning. It's Monday, January 22nd.
All right, let's get this week started.
Definitely frustrated, you know, because if it's not in and out, it's going to be something else tomorrow.
People are angry but not surprised. What might be your favorite burger spot is leaving Oakland over crime.
It doesn't seem long or short. It just seems like we lost all of these years where nothing happened.
It's been 4 years of COVID, what we've learned and how we move forward in our community.
It's clear to me that a majority of Republican primary voters want to give Donald Trump another chance.
Head to head, it's officially a two-person race for the Republican presidential nomination. We are live from New Hampshire for the first in the nation primary.
Here comes that first. Mayfield in the middle, intercepted! It's Derek Barnes! It's off to San Francisco!
Bring on the Lions. The Niners are resting up and getting ready for another battle at Levi's on Sunday.
Niners getting ready. The fans are getting ready. And I don't know about you, but I was holding my breath that whole game, just going, is this happening? We dodged a bullet.
I mean, at a minute 55, I said to my family, I guess I'm not going to Vegas.
I had that thought too.
And then boom, we're going to Vegas. I mean, we still have a little hurdle, but we're planning on it, right?
I'm feeling a lot better though as we head into this next game against the Lions.
Yeah, speaking of heading into things, let's head into a view from San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose on this Monday morning. It's a wet start to the week on this first alert weather day. How do we pay for all the green and all the beauty of the Bay Area? Well, it's water. That's just what we have to do. And starting your day in the North Bay, you're likely telling your friends elsewhere about heavy rain all night long, left flooded roadways, downed trees. I live up in the North Bay, and my goodness, all night long, it was like the long fingernails of a witch tapping on my roof. That's the last little bit of poetry you're going to get in the morning from me, Jess.
All right, well, there has been so much active weather up in the North Bay in those overnight hours, but that exact same system is now impacting the South Bay as we wake up this morning. On our first alert Doppler, I want to show you this real fast before I show you our rainfall totals. We're currently watching those storms continuing to track down into the Santa Clara Valley, stretching now closer to areas like Turlock all the way into the Sacramento Valley. And that storm is continuing to sweep down near Santa Cruz, where we are under a flood warning right now, meaning flooding conditions are possible. Now let's dive over here real fast. I want to show you our rainfall totals in areas all throughout the bay. Starting up in the North Bay, over 2 inches has already fallen. Excuse me, let me drop this monitor real fast. All the way off into Novato, you can see that a little bit better now. All the way up into Santa Rosa, as we zoom in just a little bit closer, you can see over 3 inches have fell so far. It has been a very, very active storm that moved its way throughout the Bay Area since Friday, and these rainfall totals definitely reflect that. 2 inches close to Oakland, less than an inch off into the East Bay. Now that storm started losing its energy the more east it went, but like I said, it's still falling right now near Fremont all the way down into San Jose. So we'll continue to keep these numbers updated. Here's a live look right now near San Jose with those drippy conditions. You can see that just right there on our live cam overlooking the Santa Clara Valley. It is cool, it is damp, it is wet. Take it slow out there on the roads because the rain continues to fall throughout the next couple hours. And heading into this afternoon, there's still a chance of thunderstorm activity as well. Let's dive straight back into what we're looking at right now, a little bit closer to home now, all the way down into the Santa Clara Valley near Morgan Hill, Los Gatos. We're watching some of those heavier showers roll their way through. The time now is 6:03. If you start getting ready for work around this time or ready for school, take it slow on the roads, especially throughout the next couple hours, because we watch this system continue to track off into the east. Heading into this afternoon, as temperatures start to rise, there's a little bit of instability in the atmosphere, and it allows for a chance of thunderstorms. And that's the next big concern for us as the system starts to track off into the east and clear up into the overnight hours tonight. I want to talk more about that coming up in a bit. G, how are the roads?
Slick for sure, Jess, and we're definitely starting to see some of that traffic building on some of our Bay Area bridges. That includes the Bay Bridge with those metering lights on, and hopefully people can wait it out a little bit, maybe commute after 9 this morning when the rain starts to die down, because right now it is a little soggy out there in some spots. Hey, just a heads up for Bart this morning, if you do plan on taking public transit, there is currently no service at the Oakland Airport Connector due to a power problem, but there is bus service that is being provided by AC Transit. That is bus number 73 with service from the Coliseum Station to the Oakland airport. So that'll help you kind of navigate that. And of course, BART runs their trains a little slower due to that wet weather. So make sure you're just extra careful when you're on the platforms that you don't slip there, and use the trip planner and check those schedules before you head out the door. Well, students should also be aware of driving conditions if they have classes over at UC Santa Cruz. Look at this. Campus police posted this video. There's minor flooding reported in and around that area. You can see it's happening on the hillsides, so exercise caution and definitely be aware of your surroundings so you don't get stuck in any of that. Here's another reminder of what can happen on the wet roadways. One of our photographers caught this while they were driving to get video of the rain, and he saw this car hydroplane and smash into a wall in Larkspur. This happened on Sunday on Highway 101 near that Lucky Drive exit. You can see the car did catch fire. No word, though, on the driver's condition. Officials on the scene said they responded to actually a similar crash that was just down the road on 101 as well. It happened a few minutes earlier. Reed?
So, G, let's stay in the North Bay neighborhoods. Flooding in Guerneville as water rises from those nearby creeks. Something to keep an eye on if you do live near any body of water this morning. Our Sean Chitness is live there at Guerneville where it's flooding. Sean, we know that the river overflows there every year. What are residents dealing with this morning?
Well, Reed, they certainly know firsthand what it is like to deal with that and have been telling us about that this morning. I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a sense of what they are dealing with here in this neighborhood. As we made our way up from 101 to get here to Guerneville, we saw decent conditions on the road, not too much ponding. But now as we get into town, we can see the impact of the flooding that has affected the folks who live here, some who are in trailers in this area trying to get out, take whatever belongings they have, and then reach the Red Cross and seek shelter there for now as they wait to see how much this could potentially recede in the hours ahead. We want to show you also some of the conditions that we've been able to capture around Guerneville with other residents dealing with this. We know that the water in this location, as well as in others, is getting up to the knees of those who live here and also up to the tires of cars here, like the one that is behind me. So listen to what one woman had to say about that ongoing frustration of dealing with this over and over again.
I think if they cleaned out the creek a little bit better and from this end down and put a berm up, a good thick berm, high berm, it would stop it from flooding all the time. To me, this is just pure negligence on the part of the state for not rectifying this situation.
And so the residents who live in this area doing whatever they can to try and make the situation a little bit better. We just saw one man who was trying to pull the leaves, move them out to hopefully help this water from draining a little bit quicker. We're going to have more from that family coming up in our next live report. Read back to you.
All right, Sean, stay safe, and thank you so much for making your way up there this morning.
All right, let's go all the way down south to Santa Cruz right now. And apartment complex, we're getting word, is flooded in that area. Mary Lee is joining us live from the Neary Lagoon area. It's just a few blocks west of the Santa Cruz boardwalk. Mary, we were just showing video earlier, issues near UC Santa Cruz, and now we have this happening near the boardwalk. Good morning.
Good morning, G. Yeah, it is a mess out here. It is still coming down. It's been switching from heavy downpours to light rain, but it is just not stopped. And this area dealing with major flooding. Take a look at that video. We are in this area here on Felix Street, and that apartment complex flooded. We have streets that are flooded out here in Santa Cruz with several inches of water, that water just covering the roadway out here. So dealing with a lot with this big storm. And of course, not just in Santa Cruz, but we were also in Saratoga earlier this morning where a massive mudslide has blocked the roadway on State Route 9. So we were just there, crews are out there trying to clean it up and blocking out the roadway from Big Basin Way all the way to Sanborn and Redwood Gulch on State Route 9. We encountered just debris, dirt, tree limbs on the roadway, and getting down to Santa Cruz, taking Highway 17. We also dealt with ponding as well as those dangerous and slick conditions. So if you are just about to hit the roadways for that morning commute, I know G has a lot more for you there, but please be safe on the roadways. Back to you.
No doubt, Mary. Thank you for that report, and you be careful as well. We appreciate it. Reed?
All right, so with the weather comes the woes, and that includes electricity out in some parts of the Bay Area. This is PG&E's active real-time outage map as the story unfolds. You see those yellow diamonds there. They show at this hour hundreds of customers in the dark. And as you start your week soggy, stay informed about flooding and rain and road closures and the lights out conditions. We've got live radar in the palm of your hand on our website, kpix.com, or the free CBS News app. Well, tens of thousands of Cal State faculty all over our state will strike this morning. We're, of course, talking about professors and lecturers, librarians, even coaches. So the union representing those professionals want a 12% bump in pay. CSU brass only offering 5% on the table, so thus the deadlock and the strike. Money is not the only thing they want. They want more counselors in schools to address mental health. They want a better work-life balance and expansion of paid parental leave. So you can expect to see the picketing starting at 8 this morning throughout all 23 campuses in the CSU system. Your community station remembering those killed and harmed during shootings at 2 mushroom farms in Half Moon Bay. Tomorrow morning, a year will have passed since the violence. Last night, neighbors stood shoulder to shoulder for this candlelight vigil. And in the expressions of grief, the ask for more support for those who power California's agriculture and help bring food to all of our tables. Newly inaugurated Mayor Joaquin Jimenez, he's a Mexican immigrant and the son of farm workers, and says there's a message in the pain. Listen to this.
There's so many things that they need that we have not, as a community, have not recognized that. And now we do. But it took a tragedy, for us to recognize this. And we are not going to forget anymore.
Mayor Jimenez says remembering means taking action and doing something with the knowledge we have. So this week is going to be pivotal, including an opportunity to attend a roundtable with government leaders on farm worker needs, especially affordable housing for farm workers after last year's tragedy revealed that there are meager living conditions for the families who work to serve our communities. And while the community rallies for the survivors, the man accused faces murder and attempted murder charges. He will be in court mid-March. A major headline going into the new week from the world of politics. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropping out. New Hampshire primary voters now asked by the DeSantis camp to give those votes to Donald Trump. Meanwhile, former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, now the only Republican left standing to stand off with Trump, who holds a double-digit lead coming out of Iowa. In our next half hour, we're going to take you live to New Hampshire as Haley seeks to trump Trump.
Go Niners, baby. Go Niners, baby. Let's get it done.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Yeah, a lot of fans happy about the weekend, lots of Niner fans, and then they went right back to Levi's a day after their divisional win against the Packers, wasting no time, got to stock up on that gear at the team store in preparation, of course, for the NFC Championship game. So let's talk about that big win. It was a back-and-forth game all night with a handful of missed opportunities, but if this Niners team knows anything, it's how to get something done in clutch situations. Running back Christian McCaffrey made it his game with 2 touchdowns, including a late game 69-yard drive with just over a minute left. Niners route past Jordan Love. Whew, and the Packers 24-21. So who will the Niners host in the NFC Championship? Well, over 30 years later, the Detroit Lions finally punch their ticket. Detroit fan favorite QB Jared Goff helped lead the Lions to victory over the Tampa Bay Bucks. He threw 2 touchdowns. One came at a very crucial moment in that fourth quarter with nearly 6.5 minutes left. Lions beating the Buccaneers 31-23, but now they got to get through the Niners. We'll see how that goes.